We're here on UC's campus where the school year is coming to a close. As we reflect on this year's sports, the Bearcats won one national title and one world title, ironically from the same team, the dance team. Morgan, did you guys do anything different to prepare for the world competition?
Well, after national, we work really hard to get to nationals, and this year our team motto was fight to the finish, and we did that all through nationals, and then we thought our season would be over in March, and that didn't happen when we found out about worlds. So we worked just as hard for nationals and took it just as serious and worked, if not harder, because it was after season and our bodies were tired and we were emotionally tired, but we fought through it. So it was the same, if not more work.
And Megan, going into the competition, did the team do anything different? And did you guys have any idea that you might win?
We basically, when we prepared, we just had to really focus on ourselves. In nationals, we know a lot of what the other teams are going to bring from previous years, but this was completely different since it was a different country, all the different countries. We had no idea what they were going to bring. So it was actually a really exciting feeling, but also kind of nerve-wracking because you had just no idea what to expect. So you had to prepare to the best and just hope for the best and do your best out there. So.
Is that what you guys normally do for nationals? You just worry about yourselves, or do you normally review tapes and have somewhat idea of what other colleges are doing?
No, not at all. We definitely just focus on ourselves and strive to achieve excellence, and we definitely are not focused on anybody else but doing our best when we get out there.
And how did it feel to be competing as Team USA? Normally you're competing as the Bearcats and you have UC written across your chest. Was it different to be representing the United States?
Yeah, it was extremely different. Like, we got all of our gear and stuff, and like you put on your Team USA warm up, and we walked out of the bus, and it was just like an enormous amount of pride. Like, it was just so exciting, and everybody was so friendly, and it was just a completely different atmosphere, and it was so much fun to get to meet everybody and be representing our country.
And how did UC welcome you guys back to campus? Was there any celebration? Did anyone say anything to you guys? Wow, you're world champions. It's never happened on UC's campus.
I think that the people who are close to us were obviously very, very happy for us. They seemed to be the most responsive to the whole situation. There were some articles throughout the Cincinnati area, UC and just the city of Cincinnati, that there was a few articles. But I think we were actually maybe a little bit surprised that there wasn't as much recognition. We do it for each other and not the recognition, so it's still worth it. But I think it's a huge thing to say that not only are we the national champions, but the world, and we won 3 gold medals, not even just one. So everything that we competed in, we did take home the gold. So I thought that was a really huge achievement and even history making. So I was kind of surprised to not see as much, in the news.
Is that common for dance teams like around the country? Do universities typically put them on the back burner and they don't get as much recognition, or is that just something that happens at UC for some reason?
I think it's a mix. I think that dance team is still something that's not really well known yet. I think that there's been definitely some strides made in the past couple years with different, obviously people know different shows like America's Best Dance Crew and So You Think You Can Dance. Those kind of shows I think are helping dance around the country, but I think it kind of is in the shadows. People don't really recognize how difficult it is, and it is so athletic, and it should be considered a sport. It is an art, but it is a sport, especially the dance teams. But I do think a little bit with Cincinnati, especially, it's not really that recognized. I'm hoping now after a world title that it will be recognized. So.
And obviously every year you guys want to strive to do better. What is better than being the world champions? Like, what do you have to look forward to next year, and how much harder are you going to work?
Well, we definitely don't just want this to happen and then fall off the map. Like, we're like a national power, and everyone knows that. We're in top 5 in both, and we still have jazz to do, so we haven't won with that yet, and we're constantly getting better, and so we're just going to work just as hard next year to defend our title and maybe get another one.
And obviously everyone knows you guys are national champions. Do you think more high school students are going to want to come to UC because they want to be on the dance team? Have you guys heard anything? Do you guys recruit? How does this work?
Well, I think that now, having such a successful season altogether, that there will be a lot of talented girls who will want to come. I think it's difficult because our tryouts are later this year, and depending on what college they've committed to, the reason our our tryouts are later is because of the extension from being Team USA. Normally they'd be in April, now they're May 30th. So I think it'll depend. If people really want to come here and they really want to be on the team, then they'll be at tryouts no matter what. So I guess we'll see. We don't actually recruit, but I think that our success will bring people here.
And do you guys get scholarships, or is just being a world champion what brings people here?
It's basically just if you want to dance, you choose to come here. We do get a little scholarship one quarter, but that's not really known. We're not offered anything. Like when you come to talk to them, you're not offered something and then you have to sign. You just come to try out on your own, and if you make it, you choose to do it.
Yeah. And how long's your break? Obviously you're going to take a break until tryouts, and then do you just start back up again?
Well, we're not really, a lot of us are not going to be breaking before tryouts. We're going to be preparing for tryouts because it is a very competitive team. So we'll be preparing. After tryouts, we'll have about a month and 2 weeks off, and then we'll start the season all over again. And it starts in mid-July, where we prepare for dance camp, and we'll be going to that with some of the top dogs from the other schools. And then we start with football season, which transitions to filming for nationals, which overlaps with basketball season, which then starts right into nationals. So we don't ever have an off season really per se. So it's very intense, but it's very worth it.
So a freshman that makes the team per se would just make the team and then be moving to campus and starting.
Yeah, you do have to come early. Oh, yeah, you do have to come before July, and then even Christmas break, we don't get that because it's so close to July, so freshmen have to stay on campus for that too. So yeah.
I hear that you guys are kind of like a sorority in your own. You have this tight-knit sisterhood, and that's what makes you guys successful. There's no bickering or fighting, and you all love each other because you spend so much time together. What would you guys say about that?
We really are an extended family. Like she said, we're together at all seasons, at all birthdays. I mean, we see each other so much more than we ever see our family. So especially for the girls who are long distance, we have, a couple girls from the state of Washington, Illinois, Kentucky, Indiana. So we do have girls that travel from all over to come here. So we have no choice but to become sisters, and it actually just makes practices more enjoyable, and it does make it completely worth it when they're not only your dance teammates, but they're your best friends and your extended family.
Well, thank you guys for joining us, and good luck next year. This is Kristen Liguori for Bearcat Sports Page.